The pyramid. It's a generic term for pyramidal structures. In the minds of most of us, the pyramids are unique to Egypt. But in fact, this kind of construction is all over the world. It's the work of many different cultures. With every culture, the pyramid has its own characteristics and its very own use. With the ancient Egyptians, the pyramids, it's a building that's built. It is used as a tomb for the king. These are also the famous pyramids, and the most mysterious of the ancient world, according to the history of the kings after the throne. The first thing they do, it's going to be to start building your own pyramid. In addition, some legends also claim that the pyramid is where the Egyptians were. Protect your greatest secrets. Next, we have to talk about structures. Ancient building of the Sumerians. In the Mesopotamian region, that's the Iroquois area today. They're called ziggurat astrological stations, born on the basis of the hill cult, worship of heavenly bodies, and the custom of watching Sao in the sky. It's also called astrology. The pyramids of American civilizations. It's the Mayans that stand out, used as a place of human sacrifice to the gods. They're also very remarkable works, in addition to other peoples like Greek, Spanish, China, India, and Indonesia. They also have their own pyramids. However, there are no pyramids. It's comparable in magnitude and mystery compared to the resting place of the pharaohs. Vietnam, we are very honored and proud. It's also among the countries. You own your own pyramid. Yes, there it is, guys. There are 138 pyramids discovered in Egypt as of 2008. They mostly play a role. It was for the pharaohs and queens. In ancient Egypt, the first known Egyptian pyramids. It is located in Sokola, northwest of Memphis. The pyramid is the oldest of them. It was built around 2600 BC. That's more than 4,600 years away. This pyramid, as well as the surrounding complex, designed by the architect Imhotep, and they're considered monolithic buildings, the oldest in the world. The number of workers needed to build the pyramids is estimated about a few 10,000, up to a few 100,000 people. The most famous Egyptian pyramids are in Giza, outside Cairo. The pyramid in Giza. It is the largest Egyptian pyramid. It's the only wonder of the ancient world. It still exists to this day. The shape of the Egyptian pyramids. It's supposed to be symbolic of primitive German tissue that the Egyptians believed the earth was made out of. Although the pyramid is recognized, are burial sites, but there's still a lot of disagreement about specific theological principles that leads to building them. One theory is that they're designed as a resurrection machine. The Egyptians believed that there was darkness in the night sky, where all the stars seem to revolve around. It's the gate to heaven. And the pyramid was designed to take the souls of the lost pharaohs to the abode of the gods. All the pyramids of Egypt, they're all built on the left bank of the Nile, where the sun sets. It's called the world of the dead in Egyptian mythology. The ancient Egypt, there is a custom of mummification after death, thanks to very dry and hot weather conditions. The mummies later buried in giant tombs. It's called the mastaba. They're built of solid stone, with trapezoidal cross-section. The bottom is rectangular. This kind of architecture, that's the origin of the pyramid. The first pyramid ever recorded. It was during the reign of Pharaoh Djoser, designed by the architect Imhotep. Imhotep is considered the first, invented the method, grow mastabas on top of each other to create. It's a building that's made up of steps from the bottom up. And as a result, we have today's tapered pyramid. According to the Egyptian, the checkered pyramid is designed to represent a giant staircase. The soul of the pharaoh was lost. Step up to heaven. The achievements of Imhotep were so great that he was worshipped by the Egyptians as a god. You are also one of the very few ordinary people, a holy statue after death. Now people have come up with a lot of theories about the process of building the pyramids. Some think that the pyramids are solid, built by extraterrestrial beings. And others believe that the ancient Egyptians had a secret. It's been passed down by 7 generations. According to archaeologists, most of these stones weigh tons, used to build the pyramid. It's all extracted from the quarries from the construction site. Hundreds of kilometers. So what did the ancient Egyptians do to transport the rocks back to the assembly site? And what kind of media did they use to lift these stones in the right place to build it perfectly? The top 10 will send you a widely accepted theory under the scientific consensus, because it's the most likely in scientific and technical conditions of the Egyptians at that time. Accordingly, the workers transport the stone blocks completely manually. After shipping by boats that run along the Nile, they tied ropes to the rock and pulled back to the construction site. This is the image found on the grave of a pharaoh. Recreate the scene of a labor union. They're pulling a big statue together. That's what scientists pay attention to. That's the image of the worker, standing at the foot of the statue, is pouring a liquid into the sand underneath. This liquid is said to be water, or a vegetable oil. The physicists then conducted a real-world experiment. By dragging a heavy object in the sand, they realized that when they soak water, the sand will not be removed and obstruct heavy objects when moving. So the friction force acting on the pull is reduced in a significant way. As a result, it only requires a small number of workers compared to the beginning to move the necessary weight to get the rocks up to where they need to be. The Egyptians built the spiral ramps running around the pyramid, and it's destroyed after it's done. The slopes of this land greatly reduces the force required to move the rock up. It also allows many people to pull up in an easier way. To this day, this is still a widely held theory under science, and the world accepts. A detail that makes this hypothesis sustainable is that archaeologists have discovered at least one of these. It still exists to this day. The Sphinx is a statue made of limestone. It's in the shape of a human head, mounted on the body of a lion, in a prostrate position on the plateau of Ra. This is the largest monolithic statue in the world. It's one of the oldest sculptures. According to scientists, up to now, this statue is over 4,500 years old. The ancient Egyptians described their gods. It's half human and half animal. But usually, gods with animal heads and human bodies. The Sphinx is the opposite. The original name of the Sphinx. It is still a mystery. because it doesn't appear in any text of the ancient Egyptians. Common name for Sphinx. It was given to the statue about 2,000 years ago, after the time of construction, due to the similarities with the animal in Greek mythology. Despite the conflicting evidence and opinions for many years, the common view of most modern Egyptologists, it's a sphinx. It was built around 2500 BC by Pharaoh Khafre, who built the Pyramid of Khafre in Giza. Another mystery related to the Sphinx. It's the strange disappearance of the nose. The traces left behind show the nose has been cut. It's not natural wolves. According to the writings of some historians in the 15th century, the nose was lost to human destruction. This comes from the fact that many farmers have cut offerings for the statue to improve purchasing bearing. According to them, the Sphinx is the talisman of the Nile, has the power to dominate the flood water cycle. The beard of the statue also fell off, but has been found. It's now in the British Museum. The Sphinx has been repeatedly buried by sandstorms. The worst time was in the late 18th century, when the sand comes close to the monument. Until 1936, the amount of sand surrounding the statue has been completely cleared. Even for historical doubts, the mysteries have not been solved. The majestic figure of the Sphinx looking towards the sun. The dawn of the Sahara Desert from the east. It will always be an immortal image in human history. Egypt is a country of countless mysterious pyramids. But the truth, the world's largest pyramid is not in Egypt. It's the Pyramid of the Sun in Mexico. The largest pyramid in Egypt is the Panelled Pyramid. It's also called the Neighborhood in the Egyptian language. It's located in the long-term area outside the CI capital. The tree's original height was 146 meters due to the erosion of time. So the height today is 138 meters. 871 years, until Lincoln Church in England was built in 1311. Take this position. According to calculations, pyramid cladding. It's made of over 2 million blocks of rock, each weight from 2 to 30 t. Some weigh more than 50 t. Its estimated total weight is about 9 million t. It's facing the North Pole of the Earth. It's also the most accurate North Pole facing construction than any other building in the world. Next to the cladding are two smaller pyramids, form a set of BA Pyramid Bern Ra, the most famous of Egypt. According to archaeologists, this tower kit makes a model on the ground. It's very similar with the image of the belt of the constellation Saurian. We often see it in movies or hear about it. The hieroglyphics are, it's engraved on the walls of the pyramid. We can imagine that those letters, in addition to being used for decoration in tombs, it's also a way for pharaohs to record history during the time they ruled. However, as archaeologists explore inside the mausoleum, they realize that it's completely wrong. In the tombs of the Egyptian kings, there's not a lot of hieroglyphs, as people still think. Most of the tombs in the Pyramid of Ra, it's all empty inside. So are many other impregnations. Only a few exist. Hieroglyphs on the walls. It's one of the spiritual mysteries that most people are curious about the pyramids of Egypt. We always think that the Phazy power. There must be a way to keep out those who destroy their thousand autumn sleep, and a spell or a curse will be used for these uninvited guests. Traditionally, when you die, in addition to gold and silver, the mummies were buried with the book of the god of death. Previously, many people thought that the book contained spells to protect the sleep of the pharaohs, and at the same time punish the visiting thieves. In fact, this is just a guidebook. How to live in the afterlife of the pharaohs. In Egypt, next to severe weather, the grave theft is actually the greatest danger to rest of the kings. Almost all of the pyramids were discovered in Egypt. They've all been stolen before. There are so many grave robbers here. It used to be one of the most fascinating jobs. That's a lot of income for young people. However, not everyone is successful, because most of them are expensive. With my own life, it's typical of these mysterious curses. That's the story that happened after the excavation of the tomb. 1922. Now many members. More than 20 members of the expedition. After working in the grave, he died under mysterious circumstances. After the Khamun massacre, people started creating countless legends about the pyramid at a more and more terrifying level. But later on, most scientists agree that these mysterious deaths are all caused by poisonous mushroom-bearing dust formed from the decomposition of fallen manure. In 1798, Emperor Napoleon sends his army to Egypt to expand its territory to the east of Africa. On this expedition, I'm curious about the mysteries of Egypt. He's gathered a lot of researchers and scholars and founded the Institute for Egyptian Studies. When you get here, he decided to spend the night alone in a room inside the pyramid that says Ra. It's called the King's Room, to experience a sense of mystery that you're often told. The next day they saw his face white. When asked, he just shook his head. I don't want to remember anything from that night. Until before death, a close friend asked Napoleon about that fateful night. He just shook his head and said, "It's no use, you'll never believe me." He's a brave but brave man. Napoleon was not afraid of any enemy on the battlefield. That's why I only slept one night in the largest pyramid in Egypt. You must have been more terrified than ever. Until now, it's still one of the greatest mysteries about the pyramids of Egypt. If you want to know the truth about it, maybe it's best to ask the pharaohs.